What is that quiet, cold voice that visits you in the middle of the night? The one that whispers, "What if you fail? What if you're not enough? What if you're all alone in this?" What if 2 words from an ancient promise could silence that voice forever? Stay with me, because the truth we're unlocking today is the key to your freedom. Welcome, my friend, to Motivation Without Limits. This is our space for truth, for courage, and for the kind of strength that doesn't just get you through the day, but redefines your entire life. We live in an age of noise, an era of constant low-grade anxiety. It's the hum of the 24-hour news cycle, the silent pressure of social media, the relentless feeling that we are always behind, always lacking, always one misstep away from disaster. Fear has become the default soundtrack to our lives. But today, we are going to press pause on that soundtrack. We are going to journey together into the heart of one of the most powerful, direct, and life-altering promises ever given to humanity, found in the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 10. It begins with a command that sounds almost impossible, a divine interruption into our chaos. Fear not. Bidi. We're not just going to read these words, we're going to dismantle them, understand their profound architecture, and rebuild our foundation upon them. This is more than a verse. It's a spiritual fortress. So I ask you to quiet your heart, breathe, and stay present through this entire journey. Because the promise that follows those 2 words holds everything you need to face anything that comes your way. Fear is more than just an emotion. It is a spiritual parasite that feeds on the light of our tomorrows. It is a ghost that haunts the hallways of our potential, a hollow echo in the chambers of our heart that amplifies every doubt and diminishes every certainty. It speaks a language of what-ifs and if-onlys, weaving a narrative where we are the protagonist of our own tragedy, destined to fail, to be forgotten, to be left behind. This is the venom of the modern age, a subtle poison administered through 1,000 daily cuts, the news report that screams of global instability, the curated perfection on a screen that magnifies our own flaws, the email from the boss that could be anything from praise to dismissal, the unexplained ache in our body that our mind races to diagnose with the worst-case scenario. Fear operates in the shadows of our imagination, building a prison not of iron bars, but of paralyzing possibilities. The walls of this prison are our past failures, and the bars are our future anxieties. It isolates us, whispering the most devastating lie of all, that we are utterly and completely alone in our struggle. It wants you to believe that your specific fear, be it the fear of financial ruin, the fear of deep loneliness, the fear of sickness, the fear of meaninglessness, the fear of not being a good enough parent or partner or person, is a unique and insurmountable mountain that you alone must climb. It thrives in the silence of your suffering. And into this deafening, isolating silence, God speaks. He does not whisper, he does not suggest, he commands. A command that is also a liberating invitation. Fear not. This is not a platitude. It is not a gentle pat on the back. It is a declaration of war against the tyranny of anxiety that holds you captive. It is the voice of the Creator breaking through the static of creation's chaos. It is the sound of your prison door being blown off its hinges. Think of the sheer audacity of this command. It is spoken to a people, Israel, who were facing real, tangible threats, exile, powerful enemies, an uncertain future. And it is spoken to you now in the face of your own giants. God is not invalidating your feelings. He is not saying your fears are baseless or silly. He is looking at the very thing that terrifies you, acknowledging its size and its power, and then looking you in the eye and saying, yes, that giant, that storm, that diagnosis, that uncertainty. Do not give it the power of your fear. This command is the foundational premise of a life lived in faith. It is the first step out of the darkness, It is the conscious decision to stop feeding the shadow and to turn, even with trembling hands and a racing heart, toward the light. It is the most courageous act a human soul can perform, to hear the logic of fear, to feel its cold grip, and to choose to believe a different report. But how? How can we possibly obey such a command when fear feels so real, so rational? The secret is that this command, fear not, does not stand alone. It is not a burden he places upon us. It is the profound conclusion that rests upon the 4 unbreakable pillars of promise that follow it. And it is in those pillars that we find not only the reason, but the very power to live a life without limits. The command to fear not is made possible only because of the divine reality that underpins it. It's a reality presented in 4 distinct, powerful, and deeply personal promises, each one a pillar designed to support the full weight of our anxieties. The first pillar is God's presence. For I am with you. This is the ultimate antidote to the lie of isolation. Fear cannot survive in the full light of this truth. Notice the simplicity and the immediacy of it. It's not, I will be with you one day, or I am with you in spirit. It is a present, active, and engaged reality. I am with you. This means that in the sterile silence of the doctor's office as you wait for results, he is there. In the crushing pressure of a deadline, when your mind is screaming that you can't do it, he is there. In the profound loneliness of a home that feels empty, he is there. This is the Emmanuel principle, God with us, that recontextualizes every single trial. You are not facing the storm alone. You are in the boat with the master of the winds and the waves. The giant you see before you is not just facing you, it is facing you and the Almighty God who stands beside you. The second pillar is God's identity. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. To be dismayed is to be shattered, to lose heart, to be broken by terror and alarm. It's that feeling of being completely and utterly overwhelmed. And the answer to it is not to look within for more strength, but to look up and remember who he is. He is not a God. He is your God. This is a covenant statement. It speaks of a personal, binding, and fiercely loyal relationship. The creator of the cosmos, the one who holds galaxies in place, has chosen to enter into a personal relationship with you. This means his resources are your resources. His character is your defense. His name is your authority. When you feel inadequate, remember he is your all-sufficient God. When you feel lost, remember he is your way-making God. When you feel weak, remember he is Yahweh, your all-powerful God. Your identity is not defined by your circumstances or your failures. It is anchored in the unchanging reality of who he is to you. The third pillar is God's power. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. This moves from the reality of his presence and identity to the application of his power. This is where the spiritual becomes profoundly practical. It is a twofold promise of divine intervention. I will strengthen you is an internal promise. It is God infusing his supernatural fortitude into your inner being, giving you the resilience to endure, the courage to stand firm when your knees want to buckle. It's a divine transfusion of strength. Then he adds, yes, I will help you. This is an external promise. This is God stepping into your situation and actively working on your behalf. It's the phone call that comes at the right time, the resource that appears out of nowhere, the person who offers a word of encouragement that changes your perspective, the door that opens when all others were closed. He promises not just to make you strong enough to handle it, but to actually get in the trenches with you and fight for you. And finally, the fourth pillar, the ultimate safety net. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. This is the promise that answers our deepest fear, the fear of falling completely. The right hand in Hebrew culture was the symbol of power, of authority, of blessing, and of salvation. It was the hand that made oaths, the hand that fought battles. For God to promise to uphold you with his righteous right hand means he is securing you with the most powerful, trustworthy, and holy part of his very being. It is an image of a father catching his child at the very last moment. It means that even when your strength is gone, when your help has not yet arrived, when you feel you are in absolute free fall, his grip is non-negotiable. He will not let you go. He will not let you be utterly destroyed. These four pillars, his presence, his identity, his power, and his grip, are the foundation upon which the command, "Fear not," is built. It is not a call to a feeling, but a call to a focus. Shift your focus from the size of your fear to the immensity of these promises. For his presence is closer than your fear. His identity is greater than your fear. His power is stronger than your fear, and his grip is more secure than anything your fear can ever threaten. This promise wasn't just written for a people thousands of years ago. It was written for you, for this moment, for the battle you are facing right now. Let it sink into your soul. If this content touched you in any way, don't just keep it for yourself. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Sometimes one video can change a day, or even a life. Be a part of that. Go in peace, and fear not.